Hi everyone, so this is the reading for all Geminis for June 2017. It'll be for the full month. I'm going to try to cover your home, relationships, and work. So in relationships, that comes in all forms. I get tired of saying this. Relationships come in the form of partnerships. Partnerships can be with coworkers, business partnerships, spouses, children, parents, friends, in all forms. There we go, that card just flipped there. Okay. So hold that into mind when we talk about relationships. Also, I pick up on energy, so the cards are tools. They don't necessarily always have the meaning of what the actual card is. It's just an energy I'll pick up through the card. The card is a material item for me to hold so I can channel the energy a little bit more. That's just my abilities. I deal with energy. So let's get into it. So for the first card you guys have is the High Priestess. A High Priestess is a Pisces card. A lot of people, when the High Priestess come up, they're all like, oh, well, it could be somebody that does tarot, or it's true, that could be true, but it is a Pisces card. So it's somebody in relationships. This could be saying somebody that has Pisces in their chart, somewhere in their chart. It would be a strong placement, has some sort of significance to you guys. It's coming up in your relationships. So I am going to say somebody with strong Pisces. It might not even be a Pisces moon, ascendant, or rising. Could be their Venus placement. My Pisces is in, it's actually home. It's the goddess of wisdom. It's in that, I forget what the star is called, or the asteroid's called that holds that, but that's where my Pisces sits. So she's at home on her throne, which is quite nice, you know? It's always nice when you get one of those placements in your chart. It's an easier energy to deal with. The next card we have is the Magician. I see the Magician as Virgo. We have the Two of Wands, the King of Chalices, so the King of Cups. We have the Knight of Wands. You guys, some of you guys are traveling this month. You have the opportunity to travel this month for work. That would be pretty nice. We have the Knight of Cups coming in. We have the Tower. Dun dun dun. It's not bad, you guys. Well, actually, it's coming in as an outside influence, so it's not something you're going to have control over, but, you know, don't worry about it. We'll see what it's about. The Knave of Swords. If it's with a Pisces, because it is coming in your relationships, so for some of you guys, when dealing with a Pisces can kind of freak people out because Pisces, and why this card is associated with Pisces. Pisces is the last in the zodiac sign, but they have the ability to see. They live like in a different. If you notice Pisces, they're like, I call them my fairies. They have like this mystical dust, like, you know, like they can just blow it out there, and people, and the Magician's beside them too. They can just blow it out there, and like they see through the veil, right? So Pisces, like where my Pisces sits, so I've spoken about my astrology chart, but where my Pisces sits, because she sits at home, that means for me, like everything being in Cancer and the other things that I have, yeah, I can see, but it's really the Pisces is why I can see, right? And Pisces, with Pisces, it's a higher knowledge and a higher wisdom that not many people can peer through that veil, right? Like it's a burden to carry, and that's why Pisces has it. Pisces, you will never know what a Pisces knows. They'll never, I mean, and like Pisces can see through things, and you would have no clue that a Pisces can see through you. So where my placement is, it's like I see through souls, and like I see through souls. So that means I see the soul and then I see through it, right? So like that's bad intentions. Right? Like there's a veil in your relationships that, and it seems to be coming up emotionally. You're going to have to peer through it, right? Like it's saying that like there's an illusion, and So, like in your relationships, you've created, and this came up last month too, you guys, in the mid-months. In mid-month readings, that I do more energy work in those ones. These ones, I like, these are like what the universe wants you to know. So the universe wants you to know that you have some sort of wisdom already. You've been given it, and it's about your emotions. Like, you're emotionally unavailable. Like, and like, people can see through that veil. Like, so like. So there's a concern here too that, okay, you guys, that can translate into your work, because this is your relationships and they come in all forms. So at work, people are seeing through the veil, which means like projection. You're projecting. So this could mean, and I'm getting for people that are in the public eye, so like that means like if you're a sales job or you have, you know, public speaking, things like that, you're projecting personal issues out. So that means even in your relationships with family members and stuff like that, you could be projecting your own personal issues with your friends and stuff like that. The problems you see coming with them is actually you. It's a projection. Like we went over looking in the mirror last month. Like, because there's a projection issue happening here, right? So there needs to be some work emotionally still that you guys have to do in relationships. But you could have also came across a Pisces or Virgo. Pisces and Virgo is coming strong through here. The Ace of Swords is your last card. So there's cutting through truth here, you guys. Sorry, my dog. I got my dog here. He's moving around. Maybe he'll like jump on my lap and you guys can get an appearance. He's adorable. There's definitely some projection happening here. It could even be, this is like self-focused. These readings, the monthlies are self-focused. So if you ever like come to my channel and you watch them in month, you always want to go back to the month, because that's the universe speaking to you. And you can apply the mid-months to with the knowledge that comes through the monthlies, like apply it to that, right? But last month you guys you do have some projection. It could be done to you. So this could mean that you have friends and stuff that are projecting their personal problems onto you. But I do see this as a personal issue here, you guys, with emotions. You do have some healing that needs to be done with your emotions. It could mean that you might have to take a vacation too, to really get away from everything. Apologize for my hair. Actually, I chose to do you guys and a few other videos today because I have good energy today. I was out at the beach, so my hair is all like beachy. It's from the ocean. You guys are feeling suppressed too with I'm getting with the High Priestess. There's this like, you're not willing to face something, but you see it, but you're not willing to face it. You know what I mean? And like there's a denial phase happening here. With the Magician though, and the Tower, so whatever you've been avoiding, like it's like the cards are saying you already see it. Like if it's not dealt with, then like this is the Tower, you have no control over it coming out. Like there'll be no control over it. So like it's best to get a handle on whatever that is. If this is with a person, we have the King of Cups here. This guy is he's a scientist. Like so this person can be into science as well. Like I'm getting science from him. And we have the Fish, so I am seeing Pisces here. I don't know why Pisces has Pisces season. Maybe there was something that came up that you're like you haven't dealt with yet, and you're blocking it, and like whatever emotions that were left over from like something that happened in Pisces season. It could have been this year or last Pisces season. I don't know. There's some significance though with that, and like with Pisces. Okay, like what comes through with Pisces is the knowledge that they hold, right? Like you'll notice with Pisces, if they can't control their energy, usually with Pisces, they get caught up into drugs and just these negative situations, like, and it's because they're being repressed by the universe because of the knowledge that they have. They need to be put into these bad situations so they don't misuse their gifts, right? Their gifts will be suppressed. So this could also be saying that you guys might have some talent and ability that's being suppressed by people around you emotionally. They were suppressing you. There needs to be a removal from that as well. But it could be saying that you're repressing your emotions. Something that happened maybe a year ago in Pisces season, or just the last Pisces season that passed. Pisces being traveling with the water too. They're fish, and you have the Knight of Wands here. So this is a card about traveling, new experiences, right? It could be a new emotional experience. It's coming through as work. You guys have the opportunity to really create something here, a new job at work. You could have to move for this job. It's saying you do have a decision to make with it. The Knave of Swords is here, and that the Knave of Swords is like the Page of Swords. So it's not, and this is coming in. So this is communication that's going to come in. That is, it's not. You might need to reevaluate your communication style, like at work. There's passions that have to be put into it. The Magician has all aspects, right? The Magician's just sitting up there. So that means for work, you need to ensure that mentally, you're in it. Physically, which would be like the Wands, right? Your passion, physically, your desire is in it. The water being your emotions is in it, and then physically you can create what you want, like you channel through that, right? Like, so like you need to find the passion back in your work, and the emotions. You need all four elements in your work, right? Like what's coming through here is at work you have the Page of Swords, and that's the energy that's coming in, like that you're gonna have no you will have control over it if you make the appropriate corrections. But there's a chance here at work that you're coming across as a page, quite aggressive. The page is quite aggressive, right? We want to tame that. And with the Knight of Wands here, he's older, but the Wands is a masculine sign. It's aggressive. It's a doer. So like you really need to be doing work on your communication, because your communication is coming off as aggressive. It could be in partnerships and family. This could be being done to you. In these readings, though, I always apply it to you, because this is a different type of reading. This is not individual, like in my mid-months, that's like me connecting into actual energies. In these, I do connect to energies, but it's a different frequency and a different channel. It's not you. I'm focusing on the energies around you. So like outside of you. You know what I mean? Like in the mid-months, that's an energy that's you, like that's me channeling into the conductor instead of the universal energies. These are universal energies. This could be a person too that comes in and it's quite at your work. That's gonna, I mean, it's authority, but this is a page, so this guy doesn't. This guy could be quite hurtful. Like, and you got to be aware of that this person could rattle your emotions. Don't let it rattle your emotions. But a new adventure at work, apply for it if you do have a new opportunity, right? Like, I know Sagittarius and Geminis haven't been having the best of time, and I did mention to somebody in the comment section that, like, there's always mirroring that goes on between partner signs. So what happens to one of them usually will affect the other one, like they're partner signs for a reason. They're on opposite ends, but they still do kind of experience the same things, just in different ways. You know what I mean? And Sag has Saturn, so in some manner you guys are going to be feeling repressed in some sort of way, right? Like, I mean, you should be feeling, we're in Gemini season. I'm freaking thankful. Because I feel like the energy's going up. People around me have been negative Nancy's. Don't let that affect you, man. I wanted to do paddleboarding, and I was with everybody, and they were just being so negative. You know what I mean? Just because that's what they're used to, they're holding on to these negative things, and I don't let it affect me. It's just, you don't want to do it. Okay, fine. I could still do it on my own. But I called up a friend, see if they want to do it, and they're down for doing it. It's a Scorpio. Of course, Scorpio's always, Scorpio and Sagittarius, man, and Geminis. You can get those three to do some pretty ridiculous, stupid things. Scorpio got me to bungee jump once, and I'm not the bungee jumping type. It's something that I never felt the need to do, and I cried like a little baby. Well, I didn't cry, but I put on a show like a little baby about not wanting to do it, and I still ended up doing it. Why? Because I'm a Sag, and a Sag is an idiot in the sense that they'll suffer along with the people that they care about and they love. They'll always make sacrifices, and they always suffer along right beside them. If somebody was going into war, they would go into war first for them, you know, say, no, you step behind me and let me handle this. Like, Sag will do that, you know, like, and then when it goes wrong, you're going to know what you don't have to do, you know, like, they take one for the team. They really do go through experiences that other people do for the ones they care about. Like, and like, you guys need to be aware there's people around you that are seeing what's going on with you, and they really care about you, and they're willing to suffer and sacrifice for you. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid to verbally express what's happening. It could really, you expressing your story could really help somebody, is also what I'm getting here. As far as home, like, you have the Two of Wands here, which is some sort of choice. You're going to get a new emotional start at home. You could have moved to a new home and you're decorating it. We have the Knight of Chalices, Ace of Swords, Knight of Wands, that's movement, Magician. Yeah, some of you guys are manifesting at work, so be very careful with your communication style at work, right? You guys are in Gemini season. You should be feeling quite abundant right now. I'm also getting the seriousness with you guys. Like Geminis, you guys are quite, like Sagittarius, we're the most optimistic too out of the zodiac sign, you know, like, we really do bring joy to people's lives. You know what I mean? We laugh, we play, you know, there's a sense, like, the laughter, like, I'm hearing kids' laughter that needs to come back, your inner child, new experiences, going out there, just charging your battery, you know, with your boys or your girls, you know, going out dancing, maybe, like, you need some sort of positive energy. So if you're feeling repressed and low, then you need to go out there and, like, find the people that vibe with you, you know what I mean? Like, if you have friends that are being negative Nancy's, then, you know, call up your one, you know, it's probably going to be a Sag or a Scorpio, call them up, you know, they're down to do new things, try new things, you know, like, go on Groupon, buy something cheap, you know, like, I just took a bunch of friends out to go try one of those, it's like a 5D maze. We didn't make it to the end. I felt pretty awesome though, because part of the puzzle was astrology and everybody didn't know anything, and it was like, yeah, bam, here we go, this is my thing, I know this, or I thought I was going to be the worst one in it, you know. So I mean, try something, you might surprise yourself, because I was quite nervous to do that. You might have some sort of new chance to move somewhere, to travel somewhere though. Let's see what you guys okay, so in relationships, the King of Swords came up, and this is what not to do, right? So you have the King of Cups that's telling you what you should do. With the King of Swords being here, what not to do is, like, the mental aspect. Like, mentally in your relationships, you can't be, it's not about the mental aspect of it. It's about the emotional part of it, you know? Because, like, in relationships, sometimes people, they're not the same, they don't think the same, but they have a lot in common, you know what I mean? So it's like finding the common ground in your relationships. It's making sacrifices. And I'll give you an example, like going to the beach. I wanted to go out, it's the seawall, I wanted to go biking. I wanted to get my family to go out and try something new and kind of poop them out because they've been annoying as hell lately. And sometimes you gotta trick people. You gotta treat them like children, get them out of their comfort zone, you know, just to reboot them, recharge them. It usually happens every 6 months. I have to do this with my family. I have to take them out and reboot them, you know, like, but like, as adults, we need that inner child. We need time to play. It's how, like, we get mental clarity, you know what I mean? It's how we release. We don't become so tense and so uptight, you know, like, there's this cynical energy that I'm getting too from this reading, but it's emotions. You're going to have to connect emotionally with your loved ones. This is your father too, father or mother. You need to emotionally connect with them more. You could have some emotional issues that stem from your past, like you didn't emotionally connect with a parent properly, and that's causing you some emotional detachment now. The way your parent treated you could be the way that you are acting in relationships, so you might want to, like, I mean, we all have, like, the sooner you realize it, the sooner that you can make the adjustments. But this is like, this guy's been through a battle in his relationships. So with family members, whatever, you could be going through battles with them. The King of Cups, you got the The Knight of Wands is a Sagittarius card, like represents Sagittarius, could be Aries or Leo, but I mean, the message I'm getting through with the Sagittarius card, like Sagittarius coming through, and the Knight of Chalices, and the King of Swords. Sagittarius don't hold grudges. You guys could be holding on to some stuff. Sagittarius, like they cry it out on their own, or they deal with it, but they don't take things personally. They understand, like forgiveness. Like if you want to move forward and you want to grow and advance in life, you can't be holding on to things, because then you become cynical, right? Like everything's a new experience to a Sag, right? Like they usually do things like a few times before they learn their lessons with the Sag, but they got wisdom, right? Because of experience. They didn't read about it. They didn't watch it. They actually went through it. You know what I mean? And when it comes to me and my family hasn't, they've done some pretty shady stuff, but I've forgiven them and they've grown, like it took time, and they felt guilt too for it. Like, don't think that, like, they don't feel guilt, people around you, for what they did. They do, but they're here for a human experience, and mistakes are made. So, I mean, there's the sense here that you got to forgive, like, yourself or these other people. Like, it's just an experience, you know what I mean? But it's emotions. You need to connect emotionally with people. You need to get in tune with your emotions. At work, what we got is the Page of Pentacles. And it's on top of the Knave of Swords. Okay, so you guys can't be focused on the financial part of it. You need to be focused on, like we talked about with the Magician, all aspects of it, right? Like when you got all aspects, the emotional, the mental, and the passion, then physically you will create the money. If you're doing it just for money, then no. You got the Page of Swords, then no. It's not going to work out. You're always going to have problems. Like, you need to find some way where all aspects, and Geminis and Sages, they're quick, they're good thinkers, but they're multitaskers. They're like a Swiss Army knife. They need like a magician, they need all those different areas to be at use in order for them to be fulfilled. You know what I mean? So like you might need to be making adjustments in that category. But with the Page of Swords, it's talking about communication, focusing on communication at work, and not the finances at work. And, well, you guys got, like, all the knaves here, except one. We have the Page of Wands coming in, and that's what not to do at home. So, at home, you need to be focused on communication more, with your child. You might need to be putting boundaries with your child. You can't be spoiling your kid too much, is what it's saying here. Like communication with your child, like with the Ace of Swords here, like it's a new start, like at home. So like even with your heart, like home is where the heart is, I always say. You need to start over fresh, right? Like you could need to move the energies around your home, the area that you're at. You could need to move. Even with your friends, you might need to make some adjustments there. You know what I mean? But you're going to be getting a lot of messages too. Some of you guys are looking. You could be looking for a new home. Do some research. There could be some hidden things in that house. But it's definitely saying not to allow your passions to get carried away with you at home. Like you create too much fun at home. There needs to be more mental stability at home. You know what I mean? Could be some celebrations too. You could hear about somebody getting engaged or married, I'm getting as well. Boundaries at home. We have the Seven of Wands. You've got boundaries. If you have children, you need to be establishing some boundaries with them, I think. Like giving them some playtime and then homework time, and then even like taking them out and like teaching them how to garden and stuff like that. That's an important, people don't think gardening is a important aspect in life, and it's like you're just teaching your children the value of what they're putting in their body. You're teaching them how something grows, how it starts from that seed, the transition, the patience. You're teaching them patience too, but you're also teaching them like a death and rebirth process, you know, and then like putting healthier things in your body. I'm also getting, but like some people need to see the visual, you know, like how it's done, you know, like gardening could really benefit you guys too. Yeah, you got a new opportunity for work. I mean, you could hear word of mouth too about a new job opportunity. You guys don't sell yourself short on it. You know what I mean? Like, apply, start looking around for new opportunities. You got the magician there. You're going to manifest something at work. So, clear your mind, watch your communication and what you're saying. Like the negative thoughts. If you have negative thoughts, put those to a stop. We're in Gemini season. If you're getting negative thoughts, go out there and start doing something fun. Like push that away. Even put a rubber band on your wrist, and as soon as you get that negative thought, pull it out and flick it. Like it'll flick you, and like you'll focus on that pain instead of the thought, and it'll just supply an interruption. You know what I mean? Get in touch with your emotions, though. Whatever problems you're having, it's due to emotions. Once you get a handle on the emotions, then everything else will kind of click into place. You know what I mean? You'll get some clarity. Getting around water could be pretty beneficial for you guys. All right, you guys, that's it for now, and I will talk to you soon. Ciao.